Well, hello from Omaha. We're well into our bubble life here after a few days, and looking forward to finally getting on the practice court today and getting an opportunity to play tomorrow. It's been quite an experience already. Just getting used to this bubble life and keeping our players occupied and making sure we're prepared to play so we come out and play well tomorrow night. So with that, I'll take questions.
Hey, Coach, this is Nate Keyser from the College Heights Herald. Now that we've seen the Full House-esque video announcing the awards on Twitter, just what does it mean to see those players get those awards? And I guess you kind of already touched on the bubble life, but what's it been like adjusting to that environment?
Yeah, well, in terms of the awards, look, we talk all the time in our program about, individual awards come from team success. And, we've had a tremendous spring where we've played at a really high level and we have a lot of people contributing. And, sometimes when you have that many people contributing, it takes a little shine off of maybe having an individual player that can carry such a huge load. But, I think this team, this particular group, everybody makes everybody else better. And I think that's really shown through and being recognized, with so many South Region NCAA awards. So I'm really, really happy for a lot of those kids. Certainly we're happy for Paige Briggs to be named a Player of the Year in the South Region, but it's great to see Nadia Judnay on that list. It's great to see Katie Isenbarger on that list. And it's great to see KJ, Kaylin Jackson, because those kids have had tremendous years. And, Paige and Lauren Matthews are kind of trading off it looks like right now. Lauren was just named the conference tournament MVP and Paige was named the South Region Player of the Year. And that's just where those two are. They got to lock arms and embrace those kinds of things because they're certainly two of the elite players in the country. In terms of the bubble, it's just, it's kind of what you think it would be. It's a lot of dead time. We have a team room where you may have seen on social media where we're coming up with every game we can think of to just stay engaged. And, with us having such a late start time tomorrow night, every night we've been down in this team room just doing team activities and trying to get acclimated to be awake and alert and ready to go when our time comes tomorrow.
Coach, this is Hunter Smith of the WBKU. You talked about how Monday would probably be your longest day just because you weren't able to practice. But how was going through that Monday?
It was long. It was, the only real true activity we had yesterday was a round of COVID testing, our first round of COVID testing since we've been here. And that process even was long yesterday as they work out. Look, the NCAA, there's a lot of things that I think that the NCAA could have done better in planning, but I also recognize the tremendous effort that the NCAA has put forward to make this happen. And to have 48 teams here and you're trying to juggle 48 teams in a process that's never been done in the history of our game, it's a pretty Herculean effort. And so, it just takes patience. You just got to be patient as they work through these things. And, we made it through testing yesterday and, we've had some really good time together as a team in our team room. That hasn't always been possible this year in COVID where everybody's been so isolated. And so they're very isolated in their rooms, but, we've been fortunate to have this banquet area to be able to come down and it's been kind of a throwback. There's been a lot of playing cards and playing board games and doing things that families do to draw them closer together. And I think our kids have appreciated that.
Hey, Coach, this is Nick again. You said after winning the conference championship that the players, win championships and they got one for you, their old coach. Well, now you get your seventh AVCA Coach of the Year award. Just kind of touch on how that feels for you.
Well, I don't know. Coaches always say that's a team award. I look at it like this. I don't know that the coaches that do great jobs aren't just the ones that win a lot of games. And when I think back through my career, some of the years that we came up short, and I would never even be considered to be a Coach of the Year candidate were what I believe to be some of the best coaching jobs that I ever accomplished. And so, it truly comes with success. And this team has propped me up with the success that they've had on the court all year long. And, I'm always still to this moment, I'm always still just blown away to see my name associated with those things, because there have been so many years when our program struggled and didn't achieve all the things that we wanted. And I'm the same guy. The difference year to year is the group of players and the amount of buy-in and the amount of belief and the amount of trust and everything. That's the difference year to year. It's not anything I do differently coaching on a year-to-year basis. It's about having a bunch of interested players and having a bunch of talented players. And when you have those things, then special things can happen.
Coach, this is Hunter again. You said that you guys are going to have the later practice this evening because you have the later game tomorrow. So what's kind of the game plan between now and practice time, and what's going to kind of be the emphasis when you guys finally do take the court?
Yeah, a lot of media today. I got a lot of different things going on there that we're going to try to get knocked out. Preparing with, we're so excited. The match is going to be on ESPN3, broadcast, but it's also going to be a lot of people back in Bowling Green have worked really hard to have this match broadcast on the radio and everything else. And so there's some preparation stuff going along with that. And then when we finally practice later today, this is kind of a long stretch right now where we've got some downtime, and we'll watch a little film, do those kinds of things. And then when we get on the court, it's a delicate balance, because we have a 2-hour window on the court, but we play in each of the next 2 days. So you don't want to go too hard, but yet we haven't been allowed to be on the court for the last 2 or 3 days. So we got to find that balance and just get a lot of touches. It's going to be a unique environment in terms of, backdrop and, depth perception and those kinds of things. And so we're just going to try to get a lot of touches and just get a good sweat going and try to catch a rhythm before tomorrow.
Hey, Coach, this is Nick again. You guys do have Jackson State. You've been prepping, and you'll have practice later this evening. And you guys have been watching film. Just to you, what has stood out to you about Jackson State? And is there anybody that you're kind of like looking out for when you see their players on the floor?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting team, because the thing that stands out is the fact that there's no one that stands out. They don't have one kid that you circle on your scouting report. They're a pretty balanced team. From end to end. And the thing that impresses you about them is they know how to win. You can see they haven't lost a match all year either. And so their system is very well thought out. Their coaches do a really good job, and they know how to win. They know how to make you make plays to beat them. And that's going to be the story of this match. It's not going to be about stopping one particular player. It's going to be about just us being really, really sound and being consistent in making plays, because if you're not playing that kind of volleyball, they will expose you, because they will be playing that kind of volleyball where they'll be, pretty low air and keep balls in play and be really balanced. And so it's not a match that one team's going to give the other one. It's a match that somebody's going to have to go out and win.
Coach, this year with, having the longer layoff between matches and the start of the NCAA tournament, how beneficial is it that you have a veteran squad just through this season in general? Well,
it's been everything. In terms of this bubble, I guess we're all rookies dealing with what we're dealing with right now. I'm what is today? April 13th. I'm supposed to be on the lake today, catching fish and enjoying myself. So I've never been coaching volleyball on April 13th before. And so I don't know how much, the veteran group that I have helps me now, but it's certainly been a big factor all spring long, because nobody's practicing as much as they want. Nobody's schedule is what it normally is. And so, to have a group of kids that's kind of been through a lot of things that you don't necessarily have to beat to death on the court to have them ready has been a huge benefit of our team this spring. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll be back with Katie Isenbarger in a second. We have Katie Isenbarger here, though. Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
Hey, Katie, this is Nick from the College Heights Herald. I think first things first, we've seen that you've gotten the privileges to do a vlog. Just kind of wanted to hear, how did that come about? And then just what's really stood out to you about the journey of being in the bubble so far prior to y'all's first game?
Well, with the vlog, Jess and our media team kind of asked me to do that. That was just something fun. I wasn't expecting, but yeah, it's been awesome to just like experience this bubble, and none of us have any kind of experience with it before, so I don't think we had any kind of expectations, but it's been really fun just because we've gotten to actually spend a lot of time together, just on a plane trip and on a bus trip and here in like our banquet room, and it's time that I think we needed as a team, and that we've been missing kind of this spring.
Hey, Katie, this is Hunter Smith from WBKO. Just what are your thoughts on being selected as an all-region, making the all-region selection?
I'm obviously super honored. I'm more impressed and proud of the fact that we have four of my other teammates picked for that as well. That just goes to show that it's not just me; it's our whole team, and my teammates are the ones who helped me get this award, and it's a group effort. It's not just me, but obviously super honored and proud of that for myself and my team.
Hey, Katie, this is Jared with the Daily News. Jackson State up first. I know you guys have talked a lot about, focusing on your own side of the net. But when you look at Jackson State on film, I guess on the court, what stands out to you about those guys?
I think what stands out about them is that they're very low error, and that's something that we pride ourselves on as well. So Travis mentioned it earlier. It's not going to be about who makes the least errors, because that's how it's going to be like on both sides. I think it's just going to be about playing our own game and just trying to elevate each other's level.
Hey, Katie, this is Nick again. You've been a huge factor as far as being one of the middle hitters goes. 94% success rate behind the service line as well. What's important just to keep in mind for you heading into this first match?
I think I'm always just thinking about what I need to do to help my team out and what specific jobs I need to get done. So that's on an individual level, just it's all the little things about my blocking, about my decision making, about my serving, the technique things. And those are the things I'm constantly thinking about.
Hey, Katie, this is Hunter again. You guys are finally getting to practice this evening. How excited are you to finally get a practice in and then ultimately finally play a match tomorrow?
Yeah, well, we're really excited. I mean, I think also just being able to play this match on Wednesday is going to be just so exciting because we haven't played a match in a while. And so I think we're all just super pumped to get in the gym again today and then, play tomorrow. Anything else for Katie? All right, we'll be back with Paige in a second.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
And we have Paige Briggs, the Region Player of the Year, here for you. Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
Hey, Paige, this is Nick from the College Heights Herald. Like Jess just said, you're Player of the Year last year, Freshman of the Year. First off, what does it mean to you just to get that award? And, how does it feel to be in the bubble now for you?
Well, that award, I'm very blessed to get it, but I have an amazing team behind me. Having so many people win awards and that just shows how well-rounded our team is, and it's really just like a team effort. And then for the bubble, this has been really fun. The team bonding at night and just taking a break from the stress of school right now and just sticking together as a team has been really, really fun.
Hey, Paige, this is Jared from the Daily News. Up first is Jackson State for you guys. I know a lot of you have talked about, focusing on your own side of the net, but when you look at them, I guess what stands out with what they're able to do on the floor?
They're a really well-rounded team. There's not necessarily like their go-to, but everyone can hit, everyone can pass, everyone can contribute to their team. So they're going to be fun to play because you just don't know where they're going to come at you. So yeah.
Hey, Paige, this is Hunter Smith from WBKO. After, just such a long layoff, how excited are y'all to finally be playing a match tomorrow?
Very, very excited. This is going to feel like a club tournament, going to a convention center and a whole bunch of courts around. And I don't know, I think that's exciting and fun. Kind of reminds me of when I was younger.
Hey, Paige, this is Nick again. This will be the second time around that you'll be in the tournament. Obviously you guys got the host, the regional, for you being in your sophomore year, what kind of experience do you think you offer for your team heading into the tournament?
I feel like I can just give my presence, and I try to be calming and just make it fun. We're here to have fun and just do what we love, which is this game.